ABC News exclusive, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is speaking out for the first time since leaving prison. Blanchard's complicated life story has captivated the nation after she plotted to kill her allegedly abusive mother. She sat down with 2020 anchor Deborah Roberts to share how she's now rebuilding her life.
I share my story to be a cautionary tale so that the next person that might be in a situation like mine, they don't take the route that I did.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is finally tasting the freedom she's long dreamed of.
Tell me about the day you stepped out from behind the prison walls.
You don't realize how much you're restricted in prison. I felt like I was in a black and white world and I just stepped into Technicolor. It was amazing.
Her world shifting after spending nearly 9 years in prison for helping plot the murder of her own mother. Gypsy, a victim of her mother's psychological disorder, commonly known as Munchausen syndrome by proxy, in which parents seek sympathy through the exaggerated or made-up illnesses of their children. Since childhood, Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee, portrayed her daughter as frail, disabled, suffering from multiple illnesses, including leukemia and muscular dystrophy, subjecting the girl to life in a wheelchair, a feeding tube, and unnecessary surgeries, even having some of her teeth removed. It was all a lie.
When you look at these pictures now of Gypsy Rose, what do you think now?
I don't even associate with that little girl anymore.
Do you recognize her?
I don't. Like, I know that it's me, but at the same time, that isn't me anymore.
Your mom has been portrayed as a monster.
I don't believe my mother was a monster. She had a lot of demons herself that she was struggling with. I didn't want her dead. I just wanted out of my situation, and I thought that that was the only way out.
In 2015, Gypsy says she reached a breaking point and plotted with a boyfriend she met online, Nicholas Godejohn, to kill her mother. Gypsy would later plead guilty to second-degree murder. Godejohn was convicted of carrying out the stabbing death and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Is it fair that he is incarcerated for life for killing your mom and you're out?
Well, I'm sure that we both have a lot of regrets. All I can really say is that I did my time. He's doing his time for his part, and I wish him well on his journey.
During her prison stay, public fascination with Gypsy exploded. Her story portrayed in multiple documentaries and a drama series, The Act.
I'm so trapped. I can't tell anyone.
Gypsy now sharing unscripted personal details about her past in a Lifetime docuseries, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
You say that you were addicted to painkillers. How serious was this addiction?
You know, this is really hard to talk about because it took me down a really dark path. But I felt like it was my only way to cope for a time.
So when you made this decision to take part in the killing of your mom, were you high?
Yes, I was.
And do you blame that for your decision?
No. I don't blame drugs. I don't blame anything. I don't make excuses.
And now?
And now I'm sober. Now I haven't used in 4 years, and I don't feel the need to.
Hey everyone, this is Gypsy. I'm finally free.
Her journey sparking a cult-like following online.
Do you feel any conflict with that? You've got fame, even though you participated in a murder?
Of course I feel conflicted. Fame is not what I'm looking for. I always said I think I'm infamous, and then I came out famous.
You've had shots of your selfie out of prison. You've commented on your love life. Are you enjoying the attention?
Honestly, I'm a very shy person. I don't think that I'm doing anything that anybody else wouldn't do. I'm being myself.
Ryan Anderson, her new husband who wrote Gypsy in prison, was waiting outside the prison doors after his wife's release.
Oh, I missed you.
I missed you too.
But you're really together physically for the first time.
Yes.
We call it newly together weds.
What are your plans? Do you want to have children?
We've talked about starting a family. We just don't know when at this point. Our lives are pretty hectic right now.
So this is your happily ever after, the gal who liked being a princess.
It is, yeah. I had to kiss a couple frogs to get to this one. Handsome face.
Oh, thank you, baby.
And Deborah Roberts joins me now for more on this. Deborah, this was such a riveting interview. What surprised you most when you got to sit down and actually talk face-to-face with Gypsy Rose?
Well, you and I keep talking about it, and everybody's talking about it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
First of all, that surprised me, this level of intrigue around this woman. But I think more than anything else, I was so surprised by her comportment. She is very well-spoken. She is self-aware. She clearly says she doesn't make excuses for the fact that she's done something horrific or participated in something horrific. Just how composed she was. And this is a gal who says she came out and went into prison with a second-grade education and, you know, obviously educated herself a little bit. And she's, the way she framed talking about her mother, she doesn't blame her mother completely. She sees that she had mental illness. I was really surprised at how well she's able to sort of adjust and talk about what has happened with her.
She's garnered a lot of fame throughout this case. How is she handling all of that attention now that she's out of prison?
Well, that's going to be the big test, I think. I mean, 6 million social media followers, like within weeks of coming out of prison. It's crazy. What is that all about? But I think that a lot of Gen Zers are sympathetic to her cause. You know, you've heard people talk about Britney Spears and what she's been through in her life, right? I think they flock to people who have endured all kinds of things, including abuse in her case. Obviously, a tragic ending with her mother, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how she deals with this because she was in prison when it began to roll. Now she's outside, and a lot of people are trying to get their clutches in her.
She's also trying to work to rekindle her relationship with her father. We saw her there with her husband. You met him in person. He was writing to her while she was in prison. What was it like to see them together, and what do you make about her relationships and how she's trying to move forward now?
I was surprised when I saw the two of them together because a lot of people, at least online, have been very skeptical of him. Who is this guy who's trying to, you know, join the, you know, sort of the sphere of this young woman? I think Ryan Anderson seems genuinely concerned and interested in her. He wrote her when he was in prison. They corresponded for about a year, or when she was in prison, they corresponded for about a year. You know, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know. I mean, is she stepping out into the world? Is she ready for a marriage at this point? She and her father have rekindled, and they didn't really have an estrangement per se. Her mother kept her away from her father, so now she's beginning to build a relationship. So this is all new for her. She's stepping out into the world at age 32 for the first time as an adult on her own.
It'll be interesting to see how the story develops. Deborah, thank you.
Of course.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.